guys. Like no one at the moment, so I'm just gonna paint and if I can think of anything to share, I will, but still haven't finished. I managed to finish these two little paintings that I'm doing with the mini set from Roman Schmal. Try to get some work done on that today. I can't really see my sketch for this one anymore, but we'll make do. Yes. If I was clever, I would get up and go check my reference. And Scout is restless. I don't know why she won't settle down for the afternoon nap. The cats usually take, well, in the afternoon, right? Qu'est-ce qui se passe, ma bébou? Hello, ma fille. Hello, baby, what's up? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? I don't know what she wants. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? My fille. You guys remember when I had her on the desk with me? She wants a bit of attention. I can hear you purr. It's my improvise something for. It's getting a bit difficult because the paints lift a bit too easily on the paper. This is some like inexpensive Chinese paper. that I set up just for the sake of practice, but I can't. Okay, maybe she will settle down. Maybe. Oh, she's back. Seen something outside? I have no idea what she sees. I mean, probably a squirrel, but kind of annoyed at this one. My microphone is all over there. Sorry about that. It's just everything lifts so easily on this paper. It's very hard to build layers. I think this is the SMLT paper. It's supposed to be 100% cotton. And I think it is, but yeah, it's just lifts a lot, and I'm kind of fed up. Also, I'm using a very diluted wash, and I feel like heavily diluted wash, they have a stronger color shift when they dry when compared to colors that are less diluted. switcheroo. I'm gonna let the other one dry a bit, and I'm gonna work on this one instead. I'm not sure I like the texture of this paper. Like, when it's painted with multiple layers, it kind of gets a bit grainy. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not sure I like it. I don't know which brush I want to use. Otto! Hey! Hello! I hope you can hear me. Can hear you. Okay, cool. Ah, my ear is itchy. Sorry. Hello, hello, hello. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to. I kind of put together a to-do list, and there's quite a lot of stuff on it, and I'm trying to not let it distract me too much. Sometimes when the list is sort of like too full, it's even harder to get to it. I don't know. Is that a thing? I hope not. Oh my gosh, is there something that will be spared? Like one thing. Because that would be the end of periods, right? Ugh. You'll be spared periods because you're too old now. Yay, awesome, thank you. Loved it. Long to do. They are very overwhelming. It's kind of a cursed if I do and cursed if I don't situation, because if I don't do the to-do list, I feel overwhelmed. And then when I do the to-do list and it has a bajillion things on it, I also feel overwhelmed. So basically, you feel overwhelmed one way or another. It's not like unreasonably itchy. Perhaps it was just like from having an earbud in it. Damned if you do, damned if you do. Exactly. I feel like of the two of the two evils, doing the to-do list, even if it's a big one, is possibly the lesser one, because at least it's a starting point to something. But yeah, that's a bit on a case by case thing too. Sometimes it works and sometimes it just doesn't, and I forget I have a to-do list and I just don't keep up with it. There's like a budget. To this day, I don't know how you manage to get so many videos done. You have a much better work focus / discipline than I do. I really struggle with it. Oh my god, I found this truffle flavored crisps from a French brand, and it's oh really? Guillaume had some not long ago. Like, it's not a French brand; it's an American brand. It's a kettle chips, and I gotta say, I'm not like floored by the flavor. Yeah, but still, I mean, you filmed a bajillion videos and did all the prep work and did all the thing, and like I feel even when I have a quote unquote easy video planned, it feels like climbing 3 Mount Everests one after the other, and I often like find other stuff to do instead, which I'm not saying it's a good idea or a good plan, but that's the reality of it. I don't know why it is so hard. I mean, there's definitely a reason, and if I could focus on it, and if I really wanted to figure it out, I'm sure I could find it. But I also think part of me is kind of knows that if I look into this more, it's not gonna be fun. Like, you just need to work harder and be more like strict with yourself. And like, if you say you do a thing, well, you actually do it instead of waffling out and then finding something else to do. The crisp bread, it sounds. I wonder if I've seen it at the. There's a European grocery store not too far from here. I wonder if I've seen that. I don't miss working that hard though. Yeah, that's the thing though. But at the same time, it's a bit twofold of a situation, mind you, because it's like, well, if I have to work, I feel like that's preferable to, you know, working as a cashier somewhere, even if being a cashier probably pays more. But at the same time, it's just don't know. I don't know. I guess that's the be all and all of it all. I don't know. I feel like like you say, you don't miss working that hard, but I feel like that's how I should be working if I wanted to, you know, make this into an actual job. Kind of feels like if something is to be a job, you kind of have to hate it a little bit. And just, I don't know, that's just so depressing at the same time. I kind of feel like when I worked in the animation industry, I must have gotten kind of a burnout of sorts, or some sort of trauma from working in that industry, because I get terrified of some things, like silly things. Before I was on the medication for anxiety and all that, I would still get some occasional emails or phone calls from these companies that would be like, "Hey, are you available? We have a little project coming up, and we could offer you a gig." And it would like spike my panic levels so high so quickly. This is why, although I'm tempted to, I refuse to make quilting my job or even make videos about it. Yeah. No, I totally get that. I totally get that. But the thing is okay, let's say I want to keep art and painting as more of a fun thing to do on the side. There's always something tricky with everything, because it's like, okay, well, many factors. So, art in general, if you want to get better at it, you have to do it. So, you have to keep time in your schedule or whatever to art to get better at it, because that's kind of part of the thing. Like you want to be able to more effortlessly translate your ideas into paintings or drawings. Like the struggling part of it is not the fun part. So the best way to deal with the struggling part is to work on your skills and improve them. Like that, I don't really see any other way about that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so I need to keep time to do the thing. I need to keep time to practice getting better at the thing. And then I also need time for a job, and I need time for all the chores of life. And so that's why I think a lot of people try to make their hobby into their job, because at the end of the day, like, a day only has 24 hours. And if you can combine hobby time with work time, it feels like a win, right? I wish that was an option. Marry a rich guy. Oh, I wish. Though at the same time, like, ick. You know, like having to do stuff. Anyway. But yeah, so I don't know how to. It's like a big ball of tangled yarn, and I don't know where to start unraveling it. I feel like if I pull on any thread of it, it just tightens everything, and I'm not any closer to figuring it out. So that's just the general vibe of it. This paper is so dog shit for this. It really hates like layering and whatnot. I think it's a fine paper if you want to do like simple washes and all of that, but for detailing and whatnot, though mind you, I'm not sure watercolor is the best medium for detailing unless you are a very meticulous person. Like if you can plan beforehand everything, then you can perhaps more easily work from light to dark. But if you are a bit more gung-ho about it, it's difficult. It is the I think it's this one. And it's supposed to be like cotton paper, 300 GSM, cold press. Like it's supposed to be decent paper, but the way I've set it up and the way I'm trying to paint on it is not working out all that well for me. I worked on this one earlier, and you can kind of see on this one just how the paint reactivates super easily when you try layering. It just, I mean, it's. I don't think someone who's not familiar with this would look at this and be like, "Ew, what happened?" But I look at it and I go, "Ew, what happened?" You know? Why is the W on watercolor? Oh, a very valid question. That's a very valid question. I have no idea. And it's not Chinese paper, this one. It's European. I'm trying to find on the back if they specify. It just says made in EU. Oh well. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck. Like there's a lot of stuff that I want to sort out, but I have to take time to do that. And whenever I take time to do that, I always feel like I'm being lazy because it always feels like the quote unquote, I'm not working on the thing I should be working feeling. Like, example, I have a bunch of watches that I need to just like sort out, like salvage what I can and bin the rest. And it feels like I'm kind of procrastinating because I want to get that done. But at the same time, if I don't do it, it's just gonna sit there. Oh, hi! One of the rats says hi, but I'm not quite sure. Hi! He's having zoomies on. What does that look like? Are they just like running around? What it looks like when Shiro has the zoomies on the yard, like the front lawn. It's so funny. Pets having zoomies is always excellent. Chaos. Is that why you can tell which one it is? It's because she's going by too fast. So cute and so funny. They run around the cage like they are playing professional league game of time. Are they trying to like catch each other up or are they just like running? It's just establishing dominance in the rat world. Oh no. Saw Chaz earlier and he has managed to lose his color. The doofus. I think they'll be able to find the color again because there's a tracker on it, but still. But they do have zoomies on their own too. One's really cute. That's what's up. He seems good. He looks more proportionate right now. If you remember when they came back, he looked really, really skinny. Like, proportion-wise, if you looked at the size of his head and then the size of his body, it didn't look quite right. Now he's looking more like a well-balanced male cat. We have a new visitor too. Like, we saw him for the first time when Simba was still around. He chased Simba once. But now that Simba is no longer in the area, the new visitor is coming out a bit further, and he's really handsome. It's like a Siamese color point a bit, not the structure, like not the facial structure of a Siamese, but the same kind of color point coloring. But he has little white socks on all four paws and a little white mark on his face. Also, that guy is not neutered. Again. So Mr. E has decided that his nickname will be Choco Puff. Or Choco Puffs, actually. Because of his color point balls. I haven't managed to take a photo, but the moment I manage to do that, I'll of course send it to you. He's kind of skittish, like he doesn't stick around long enough for me to be able to go get my phone to take a photo. He's not as skittish as like Simba was in the beginning, where he would just run away. Like, he will look inside, but Chocopuffs always looks so startled. Like, so startled, like big round eyes. And he looks in and he's like, oh my gosh, what's this? What's this? And I think I saw Shiro like chase him away once too. Sorry, ran after him. I just saw a big blur, which would fit with it being Shiro running after him. But yeah, are you dying? Eh. What can you do? I mean, he has no color. He has no ID. Like, if I knew the cat's name, that's what I would use. But since I don't, it's gonna be Chocopuffs. At the moment, we have 4 main visitors. I see them like almost every day. I've seen the one that was injured a few times, and he seems to be doing good. Did I tell you that, like, we think we've figured out what happened to him? It's a very, very cat thing, but we think he got his head stuck in something. Probably to get to some food at the bottom, like a metal can or something. And then in the process of trying to free himself, he scraped like the sides of his face on the can, and that's what made for the injuries. Oh my gosh, have you recovered? Painting is so bad. Oh, poor kitty, yeah. I think he might have someone like a bit, like colony caretakers. There are people who will, manage the cat colonies. I wonder if he has someone like that. Sorry, it took me a while to make husband understand the meaning of Choco Puffs. The funniness sailed away. Oh my, but what's so difficult to grasp about it though? I thought it was pretty straightforward. Cat with brown balls, nickname Choco Puffs. Like it's I have no idea. I have no idea either. How's Pick on Scout? Uh, the Zoomy is street pin. It's a bit like when kittens, when you have young cats or young dogs, they will have like really intense moments and then they will just crash out. Scout has finally settled. She was a bit restless earlier. Pico is already like zonked out. They seem to be good. They're quite old, but so far nothing particular to to like cause worry or whatnot. Exactly that. It's so funny. Oh, I have to show you the. It's so big. How can I not see it? But I have to show you the G Shock. It's so big. Of course, it's a second-hand watch, so it has a bit of wear on the outside, but like the inside of it is absolutely pristine. So I don't know what happened. How did it get to be so like scuffed on the outside, but so nice on the inside? And it's really interesting. I really like it because it's hard to see, but the frame, like the what do you call it in English? Like the screen, quote unquote, is like reddish purple and black. So it's kind of hard to see, but then you can press the light and it makes it like more visible in person anyway. I've never tried BBGs. I've seen them, but I haven't really tried them because, like I said, like I would see these watches and like the models were generally not quite my jam. But then every time I would possibly find one that I was like, oh, I kind of like this one, it would be like prohibitively expensive. Oh, watch face. Is that the name of it? Probably. I know most of my terminology of watches in French, so it's always a bit tricky to translate it. But yeah, so like I've seen people with baby G's, but there's always something that doesn't quite vibe. Like, oh, the overall color is nice, but the watch face is a color that to me doesn't match, or that kind of stuff. So I've never really bothered getting one, and this one was in a big bag of secondhand watches that the seller doesn't know if they work or not, but they don't sell them for too much, so you can just get the bundle and fix it if you want. And if some are broken, well, it's not no big deal. But there were quite a few good watches in there to my liking. I felt that way about G-Shock. Yeah, and same with like it's a very it's a gut feeling kind of thing, right? Like you will look at watches and watches and so many models of watches, and there's always something that doesn't quite click. But then when you find one that clicks, it's like sold for life. Like there's the Timex watches that I'm really fond of. I'm currently working on getting everyone a bracelet, but that's what my bin of watches looks like at the moment. It's like at least 50% all the same model of watch, or close enough, which is kind of like this model from Timex. My favorite kind of model. But they have like different, like not strikingly different, but marginally different models. So I have quite a few. And I'm just trying to find everyone a bracelet. There's 4 that still don't have bracelets. But everyone else has one, so. What's the orange one? Oh, here? This one? It's it's such a bland watch to put on such a colorful bracelet. I'm not sure, I'm not sold on it 100% yet. Just because I'm not sure I like this one. But yeah. That's it. So that's the big ass G-Shock. I only have the one. I have a few of the same Timex model, but that's the men size. I have the one with the orange buttons. Hold on. So these are, I'll remove the baggies because these are in the way. This one, the bigger ones that are for men. I have a few like this one. And then I have a oh, look at this one. It's a super cheap one, but it's a cat face, so I had to find a way to salvage it so that I can wear it. It's the least fancy thing in the world, but it's a cat, so you know how that goes. And yeah, then I have like a bunch of odds and ends, and I have the like this one, the smiley face, and the one with the flames are ones that I had as a kid. And this swatch too. My dad gave it to me. But most of the other ones, I had one like this, but I lost it when I was a kid. And then I got this one. Yeah, it's a cat. That's why I kept it. And it's not too sometimes like the watch are really grody. I don't know what people do with their watches or what their fucking, pardon my French, what their skin is made of, but there's some secondhand watches I've seen that are completely corroded on the bottom, and I'm like, what did you do? But this one is you know, relatively clean. The gold finish is perhaps a bit chipped in a few places, but it's fine, and it works. So there's that. But yeah, oh my gosh, some of them are like insanely grody. Like it takes me shutting my brain off to be able to sort them out, because I feel like I'm gonna catch a disease just from looking at them. So yeah, some of them have the original bracelet. Some of them are Franken watches, like another bracelet, but that fitted in size. And some of them have like super cheap watch bracelets that I salvage from other watches, but that's basically what I'm trying to sort out. And then I'll be able to, you know, get rid of the watch parts that I don't want to keep. So there's that I want to do. I have a lot of darning and mending to do with clothes. I have so many things that I need to photograph for selling. I have to do videos. So yeah, it's just a constant struggle of procrastinating from one thing to the next, right? I'm fed up with this one. I think I'm just gonna cut it off. Thanks for... Oh, well, thank you for being interested in it. I fully realize that it's not, like, to everyone's liking. And perhaps you don't agree with my taste in watches. Also completely fair. When I saw my dad, it was really funny because my dad is also a tinkerer of sorts. And he had moments in his life where he would have, like, focus exclusively on watches or other, like, alarm clocks or whatnot. And he still does, now that he's retired, but his focus is mostly on bigger clocks for various reasons. And watches are fun. We don't have to... Yeah, exactly. It's not like political opinions, of course. And even then, even with political opinions, we don't have to agree. But the thing is it tends to be a bit more polarizing. So if people disagree too much, you're better off talking about the weather or something. Or where the pineapple is. It's perfectly fine, okay? Pineapple is delicious. It's the full balance. Like, it's not just pineapple on a pizza. You kind of need to have the balance of the salty ham or whatever on it as well. Like, you if you just have like tomato sauce, pineapple, and cheese, there's something missing. The last one is very important to you. But the thing is if you don't agree with that one, it says a lot about you. Like, oh, you're the kind of person who doesn't put pineapple on pizza. Ugh. Noted. I'm gonna have to see if I can like soak this to remove some of it. That's part of the experiments. Oh, go away. Oh. This one, that piece of paper is not even stuck to the board. That's wonderful. Love it. I was watching Elementary episode where everyone tries to screw up John and Sherlock's lives, and it made me laugh when they got 20 pizzas delivered with just. Oh no, that's not but I don't know, you could salvage that, I guess. Oh man, I want to know who fronted that bill though. Can you imagine the price of sending 20 pizzas with just pineapple? It is such a good show. We've been watching a series called Slow Horses. And we just finished the first season, and it was, you know, it was a good watch. It's one of those shows where you can kind of tell that it's based on a book somewhat, because it's a like the whole plot line, at least for the content that is more based on the book, is tighter. Like it's nicely put together, and stuff generally makes sense, and you don't get too many plot holes. What's it about? It's about a it's set in the UK, and it's about MI5, which I think is one of your secret services. I don't know why there is MI5 and MI6. That part I don't know, but and what they call the Slow Horses is basically the kind of dingy office building where they send the agents that have done a big blunder. Like, they don't really want to fire them, but they don't want to keep them at the main building. So they get sent to the Slaw House, and basically there's like under 10 people working there. Their boss, quote unquote, is the character played by Gary Oldman, and he's like this what's the word I'm looking for? He's like an old curmudgeon that has no class whatsoever. Like, the introduction to the character is him letting a big old fart rip, and it's so bad that it wakes him up. That's how the character is introduced. MI5 is domestic security. MI6. Oh, okay, I see. See, that's better put up than anything I've seen on like Wikipedia. I was trying to figure it out, but like they kept making it too complex. Yeah, he's amazing. And well, basically, yeah, you follow the agents that are sent to the office for the disgraced, or quote unquote disgraced, or the agents that have done blunders. Like, it's not bad enough for them to be just like kicked off, but it's like they kind of need to be penalized for their blunder. Christine Scott Thomas, I don't know who that is. Gotta be the Taverner character, I think, maybe. But yeah, it's a really interesting show, and we just finished the first season. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Probably gonna watch more of that until either we get through all of it, or if it somehow gets terrible and we don't want to watch it anymore, that's when we'll stop. But usually we stop when there's no episodes left. I've never seen the point of like watching a show that you don't enjoy. James Callis, isn't that the guy in what is it? Hold on. Battlestar Galactica. I wonder if these are in further seasons, because they... Yeah, okay. He's the I haven't seen Battlestar Galactica a lot because it was a bit too religion-y for my personal tastes, and I just got bleh. But I know a lot of people liked his character in it. Just wanted to punch him in that. Oh wow, the tape is ripping off all of the paper. Lovely. Gotta love that. Have a great cast. Yeah, I guess. I wonder if how many of these are in like the future seasons, because I don't remember seeing like Callus in the first season. His face I've seen enough that I would be able to recognize him if he was there. I hope. Okay, so this paper hates layers, hates tape. What does it like? A very good question. Yeah, it's bad to watch the paper tear. At least I can sort of live with it, as long as it doesn't tear into the painting. That's not survivable. Also have to see if I can soak this up too. It hates being paper. Yeah, I think it preferred being cotton. Well, you know, when you tear the paper, it picks up. When you tear the tape, it rips off some paper, and sometimes it will rip off part of the paper surface that would be in the painting area, you know. So you kind of have, like, instead of a smooth line like I have, it would get jagged a bit. Do you miss painting sometimes, just like for fun, like just for you? Like playing with swatches and color and all of that. I don't think I sended this one. I might have to send this one. No. Oh, that's sad. A bit. Mostly because of much happier playing with fabric. Oh, interesting. Hard to mess things up with fabric. Yes, that's true, but at the same time, like, painting brings you a different uh, uh roster of opportunities. Like, you can just mix any color you want. You can have some interesting effects that, like, you have by, I don't know, you know, like granulating colors or whatnot. And yeah, you can't undo really with watercolor, but I've always felt like, to me, like, getting into the paint with the mindset of undoing stuff is just gonna make you miserable, basically, because you can't. So I always try to get into painting more with the approach of like, if something doesn't pan out, either you go wild with it and you try to salvage it, or you just bin it and you start again. You know. Though I miss sewing. I do a lot of mending at the moment because you don't really need to set much of anything up for that. Oh wow. Okay. But like I keep thinking of things I want to do with sewing machine and like bigger projects, and it's mostly just quilts. I just want to do more quilts. I don't think I want to do like clothing or like bags or like that kind of stuff. I really like the simplicity of quilting in the sense that you basically only work in 2D. Like it's technically a flat art form if you know what I mean. And you get to like it's very tactile experience too. You have the fabrics that you handle and the thread and the the whole thing of it. I think I found the process of painting low level stressful, like not mega stressful, but I was never able to fully. Oh, okay. Not even when doing like more abstract stuff, just about like colors and less about like having a goal in mind and trying to get there, just like vibing with the paint. I know exactly what you mean. Hey, it's the same reason why I like quilting way more. Yeah, I mean, clothes sounds kind of miserable, to be honest. Like I'm in awe, I'm impressed, and I like to be able to fix things like darning and whatnot, but that's because it's still a bit more tactile. Like you just work with needle and thread basically. But like just cutting, like even quilting with having to cut on the bias or not is like on the limit of what I have the patience to fiddle with. That's always been the thing that bothered me about sewing, is having to cut like on the weave and not cut on the bias, That's the only thing about sewing that has always like been a big deterrent. But with quilting, it's not that much of an issue. You're a bit more free, and if you want to feel absolutely very, very free, you can sort of freeform quilt with applique and whatnot. So there's room for that, but you don't have to break your brain on the minutia of it. You can if you want, like the really intricate quilts and whatnot. But you can also just sew together a bunch of squares and be happy with it because the colors are satisfying and pleasing, and the texture is fun, and the weight of it is fun, and I think we would have thrived at least in part like 50 years ago. More than that. 70 years ago. There would have been really frustrating elements to living 70 years ago, but I think for the aspect of feeling the like valued by the crafts we make and we enjoy, I think it would have been perhaps a bit more rewarding then. There was no pressure to make it into a job. It was like a craft that was in part born of necessity. So if you like, you wouldn't feel guilty about salvaging old clothing that your kids or your relatives don't wear anymore to make it into something else, because that's the way you would just deal with things way back then. But now it's like, oh, I've like, fabric is expensive because it's designer, and the trendy pattern with the cute designs of like, I'm thinking of Ruby Star Society, not Liberty per se, but like to have like, oh, the new release from so and so fabric company and whatnot. It's not like the activity of sewing that I feel guilty. It's the way they still market a bunch of uh thingamajigs to us, and like some fabrics, and whatever. But you found your spot. Like you buy your fleece and you buy your Liberty fabrics, and you don't break your brain over that. I just miss a time when like having sort of handicraft skills was valued for something more than just a hobby. But it's not like we ever knew that time. Like, not that it's not like we ever lived in it really. And perhaps when we were babies, but as a baby, I mean, you're not aware of much of anything. Yeah, I'm kind of over breaking my brain. Yep. You find the thing you like and you stick with it, which is one of the biggest and hardest thing to do, to be honest. Like, dude, if I could figure this out about drawing, what a relief it would be. I think that's why sometimes like the very minimalist lifestyle is appealing, because to the easily overwhelmed, it looked like an option for never having to break your brain over anything, because you don't you just limit everything, and since everything is limited, you don't have to really think about it anymore, so you don't have to engage your brain at all. Like, oh, and what bowl am I gonna eat? Well, I have one bowl, so I'm gonna eat in that one bowl, you know. And I mean, I'm gonna eat whatever fits in the bowl if the bowl is smaller. Like it's just like having so many options sometimes is just like, which one am I supposed to pick? Oh yeah, for a while it was really fun to do ultra minimalist. It was like a life reset. That's kind of what it sounds like it would be. Like, I've only heard mostly of people having to do that because of circumstances. Like, sadly, like their place burned down, so they have nothing. So you have to start over from literally nothing. So that's not a great circumstance to find oneself in, but to be able to do it on purpose. I couldn't do it forever though. I love making things too much. Yeah, but you don't keep like all the things either. Like, I feel like ultra minimalist, to me, you kind of still have to consider what you use. And like, if you use all your thread, all your fabric, all your needle, all your stuff, and you don't always keep, like, I've seen you give to charity so many blankets and stuff, so it's not like you have that piling up in your place. Like, you make the thing because that's the fun part, but then you don't necessarily keep it. I feel like it would be possible to have a sort of minimalist approach to all of that too. And minimalist doesn't mean like, you know, the sad beige moms. Why? Why are ultra minimalist always very, you know, sad beige? It's getting dark so early already. It's not even 4 and it's like super dark outside. We need to get on a call at some point just for the sake of chatting, so it's not just me talking to to the void and you having to type everything. I need to find something to do now. I was trying to figure out how to darn a sock, which is something I've never done before. And I'm not sure if it will work out or not, but I was like, how are you supposed to find the yarn for it? Like, it's a cotton sock. It's not like a wool sock. And then it dawned on me that I had a bunch of socks that were too like that I didn't like the way they fit, like the elastic was too slack or whatever. So I've started unraveling these to keep the yarn to darn the socks that I like. That was a sort of an epiphany moment. I do have a darning egg. It's super garish. Oh, you won't be able to see it. But it's like orange and yellow. It's so ugly, but it works, so I'm okay with it. I was trying to see if Clover has some like finer darning needle, but I couldn't find any on the North American market. So I found one, and it works okay. It's fine. But yeah, it's not like I know what I'm doing, so I'm just figuring it out, and we'll see. Like I went, I went to see my dad, and often go to this big thrifting store that has a bit of everything. He goes mostly to the like vinyls, the music stuff, the music players, that kind of like area, and I roam like a bit everywhere. But I often use that opportunity to get some clothes, and it's something that I've noticed in the past few years is that more and more, well, two things actually. The prices of clothing in thrift shop keeps climbing, but also they will still sell a lot of items that have holes in them. And I sort of never thought we'd get to this point, you know. Oh my god, I had this set of darning wool I bought ages ago. Big set from Japan, never ever used it for years. Husband finally got a hole in his PJs. That color match perfect. Oh, that's awesome. It's such a you feel so validated when that happens. Like I held on to this thing for this precise moment. You know. Have you tried? I have the Clover leather thimble. The thing is that I don't use the tip of the thimble all that much, and I use like the side here, like this part of the thimble, and none of the thimbles with the metal coins in them sort of fit with that. And it's really difficult to find a metal thimble that fits well if you can't try it on. But yeah, I took out my I have a bunch of thimbles and toothpicks apparently. But yeah, these they're meant to be used more like this, I think, but they don't fit at the right spot, and they're not that easy to like. You can't really tighten them. This one, like it would be this side of it that would be used, and also these aren't. I would have to if I wanted to use it, I would have to like tinker with it a bit because it squishes the tip of the finger and it gets uncomfy really fast. I have this other one. It's a bit more comfy because it's not like this one is uncomfy because the metal goes over, and this one is a bit tight. But then again, like if I don't know if I can't really put it on the side. Like it's not very. This one is a bit too small, and besides, it's for pushing with the tip. And this one is the same issue as the other one. And ow! Even the right book. Okay. This is the other shit I have. This one, I don't know why. So I bought 2 Clover thimbles that are supposed to be the small size. This one is much smaller than the other one I have. Like this one is squishes my finger, while the other one is loose. Same size. So I have a bunch of these. These are the kind of gripper tools that I like to use. So this one is a bit too big. It's a bit too loose. It wouldn't be in the right area anyway, because this is my most worn out thimble, so it's definitely this size, this area here that gets the most wear. So yeah, okay, it might fit a bit, would be a bit slidey, but anyway, that's a tailor's thimble apparently. This one is too snug. It's I got it like from my dad had a few thimbles and I picked up a few. This one is a size 7, but it's a bit too tight. This one is unsized. It's a little bit bigger, so it's possibly an 8, but it doesn't matches the shape of my finger well. Like it squishes the sides here, so the nail digs into the skin and it's kind of painful. This one is also too snug, and this one is a bit too loose. Like it if you yeah. Like I really tried. I have no idea how people, like, did they get them custom made way back then? How did they manage to find a thimble that would fit? And why is it that thimbles online cost like $1 bajillion? You would think that these would be like a dime a dozen. But no, they sell them for like so much money. And the only ones that are sort of comfy are these, but they wear out like relatively quickly. I've tried. Perhaps like my hope for the future is that eventually in person I'll be able to try a metal thimble that will sort of fit a bit better, and I'll be able to use that. But for now, the only sort of option I have that works is the leather ones. But I don't know if they're all like inconsistent like that, in the sense that they're both small. But like, check this out. So this one, like all this bit here is my finger, like I have to fight my finger to get it to the bottom of the thimble. Well, this one, it's a bit more like fitting. And I don't know why. Ah! That's basically where I'm at with this. Can you put on one? I can try like one of these thingamajigs. Would have to be this one, because this one is like you can tell that it's a bit bigger, I think. So this one, and then this one would need something just a little bit thinner. What if I put like these? Maybe that could work. I would like cut off like the fingers, them on, and have that on. It's worth a try. And if not these gloves, the green ones too. No, I think the blue ones were a bit better. I have finger cuts somewhere, but I think they're latex. And I think I wouldn't want to try latex. Sometimes I like it's the I feel like it's the itchy thing in band-aids that makes for the allergic reaction thing. The other idea is the stick-on ones. Apparently, yeah. Do you know if they wear out fast and if they stick well? I think this one is probably my quote unquote prettiest thimble, but it's this they only have it available in one size. Or there's someone that does thimble tape that you just wrap the tape. Hmm. It's definitely the next step in the hunt for the right thimble. Yeah, I've seen some of the adhesive thimbles, but they were like designed to be used on the fingertip, or like to put on your offhand when you like embroider, so that when you poke through the fabric with your main hand, you have like the hand that catches the needle, quote unquote, has a bit of protection. But yeah. One of my ideas was maybe to wait until one of these is completely like dead, like completely unusable, to undo the stitching and to try and make my own using leather. But I don't know if that's worth the effort or not. Can't believe that these are $20 each. Like, what? What is wrong with you? I saw something. I know I sent you the videos about the merino wool shirts, right? The dude in the video talks about. Are you familiar with the brand Patagonia? It's an American brand, I think, or at least North American. But yeah, and they keep having like outdoorsy clothing that they really like try to promote as being awesome for the outdoors and whatnot, but like it's always polyester. And I was like, what? How? Polyester is awful for that. And their technology is that they infuse the fibers with mint, like oil or whatever. And it's supposed to help with the stink. And I immediately thought of you. And I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? I hope they make it really clear that there's like some sort of mint product in the clothing, because if they don't, and like someone like you who's allergic to it would just like try it on, disaster. Like full on disaster. I'm so glad I can get the clever needles and thimbles. Yeah, that's really, really helpful. Like, Japan really makes some of the best sewing notions ever. Like, I have the clover needles, like the black and gold you send me, they're amazing. They're so sharp. They also, like the Tulip brand is also a Japanese company, and their sashiko noodles, needles are really, really nice. Yeah, the moment the guy said that, I was like, absolutely not. I mean, it is perhaps quite rare, but at the same time, like just make it really obvious that there's mint in whatever freaking shirt that is, and that's fine. Like just make it really obvious, so that at least if someone, on the off chance that someone has a sensibility or an allergy, they can see the information and be like, nope. Yeah, the I mean, all of the needles from Japan are just so good. And then I try to compare them with needles from like DMC. And I'm just like, oh, like the black and gold needle, they're so freaking sharp. I was fixing a pair of jeans and I was able to go through like 4 layers of denim. And like the real issue was trying to grab the needle on the other side more than like pushing it through. It didn't like resist at all. They're so fine and sharp, they just slide through like butter. Scout has opinion on it. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. The only, and I think if you use them a lot, I can see why you would get the threader, because I would say that the only quote unquote issue with them is that the eye of those needles is so tiny. It is minuscule. So sometimes I look at them and I'm like, is the threader gonna just be able to go through? Although I don't get the fuss with the tulip Hiroshima needles. I mean, I like them. They're good too. I haven't really tried their like sort of regular needles, but I've used their leather sewing needles and their sashiko needles, and they're really nice. They're really nice. It seems to be all the rage in the EPB world. I tested both those and the black gold needle and the black gold needle. Yeah, the black gold ones are so like if you want a needle that will slide through, it's the black gold you have to get. If they made Sashiko black gold, that's what I would get. I don't know why they are all the rage in the EPB world, but see, that's kind of the thing I was saying earlier about how, like, sewing went from something that was mostly a necessity to something that is mostly a hobby. And as with most things that are hobbies, you get pushed a lot of stuff on you with no justification, with no explanation. Like the lady who's pushing for the tulip needles initially, perhaps that's just the only thing she tried, and she was like, oh, before I had dollar store needles and now I have these fancy needles and they are so good and I will recommend these to everyone I know. But if she had tried the black gold needles instead, that's the one she would be pushing. It's just the fact that it's a like well-made needle rather than a dog shit needle. Like the old ass needles from our grandma's sewing kits. More often than not, they were crap by the time we got to them. So when your only experience is with that, to have like a fresh new needle that is can you freaking leaf blower that is nice and sharp, like it's a world of difference. Have you tried needles from the brand Pony? They have like a matte, I think it's matte, a matte black body, and the eye is white. And their main feature is mostly the fact that they're not nickel plated. Because I know some people are like sensitive to nickel. So handling a nickel plated needle is going to be painful or problematic. but I've never really tried them. And I was looking at them and I saw that they were made like in India, and I went blah. eh, eh. Yeah, it's I'll find a photo and I'll send it to you. But the main, like, take a black gold needle. The part that is sort of gunmetal black would be sort of matte black on the pony needles, and then the part that is gold would be like matte white. But I've never really tried them. I haven't seen them much around here. I've only seen them on Etsy from sellers that are in the EU. So I wonder about that, but yeah. I have one crochet hook from Pony, but that's it. It's a teeny tiny crochet hook, and I use it to frog stuff that has a finer like yarn. I hate leaf blowers. I hate them so much. If I found a genie in a bottle that could grant me 3 wishes, one of my wishes, I think, would be that every time someone gets a leaf blower, gets home, and uses it for the first time on their property, it turns into a broom. Forever. And no matter how many new leaf blower you create and you sell, the moment the person gets home and uses it for the first time, poof, a broom or a rake or something. Can you imagine? So many brooms. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. I'll. It's time anyway. But I'll get some water and lozenges, and I'll send you the photos of the needle, because I'm curious to hear if you have seen them or something. Thank you so much, Otto, for being here. I really appreciate it, and it's always so much fun to be able to sort of chat, even if it's a weird setup for that, but this was very enjoyable, so thank you. And I'll end this and pester against the leaf blower. Bye.